Beloved Production.
La 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 la. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo. Anasafisha, fisha, anaosha, anasafisha.
Alexis on the beat.
Sorry about yourself. Usisikize sauti za watu, Mungu ndo final. Ila kutangulia sio kufika, pole pole ndo mwendo. Imani yako ibaki kwa Mungu mwenye uwezo. Toka kitandani shutuka, inakupasa kujituma na baraka zitashuka, shuka kwako wewe. Kuna Mungu wa rehema, mema anatuwazia. Nasimamanga kwake sawa sawa, yeah. Wabaraka, 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 baba wabaraka, wabaraka, baba wabaraka. Na fadhili zake za milele. Wabaraka, 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 baba wabaraka, wabaraka, baba wabaraka kwake sawa sawa, yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio. You already know.
Take a day on the beat.
Tabasamu usoni, furaha moyoni, ninaye rafiki wa kweli, mfalme wa amani. All the sorrows and the worries, nikiwa naye nyepesi. That's why I dance and sing, I dance and sing. Yeah.
No matter where I go, I'm surrounded. And if I ever fall, I'll never take the fall. Cause your blood paid the cost, I'm now bounded. You gave me a brand new chance. Now I'm living like it's heaven on earth since I met you. Don't have to die, go to heaven just to get you. I have that here, I hold you dear. You whisper and I know that I'll make it, that's clear.
Na baraka
about grace, yeah, you give it when I pray. Talk about goodness, talk about love, talk about all the blessings that you get from
Welcome to the
above.
good side, the bright side.
Come as you are, yeah, your life will never
Welcome
be
to the
the
good
same.
side, the bright side.
Pero ho yako yote watching credit all the way.
Wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu. Wema wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu. I'm cruising, steady moving. I'm cruising, steady moving. I'm cruising, steady moving. I'm cruising, steady moving. Wema wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu. Wema wako na baraka zinifuate maishani mwangu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Hey, big up 23. Ile mtaa mi utaka. Na hii nyingine jo. Na hii nyingine jo. Hey, washaweka bounty, ju flow killer. Beat imeoga, kiopina. Nina mazai kwako tu za topina. Na vile niko ndani mzee ya I'm so ina. Si take shots na bareda. Critics hawawezi kunispot under radar. Na bring the house down. I'm a tremor. Na leta fire, I'm a flamer. Na rusha moto mo. Na shikata wazai na mamokoro. So na Jesus na songa I still. Roga shetani na mbaki sogo. Mosodo. Don't whine, wabambiki juu Mungu anameja na maina. Na feel ni kinda I mean refine I'm fine. Mokori neje so imebaki na saika. Sishiki kijo I mean refine I'm fine. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Sishiki kijo na sitishiki jo I mean refine I'm fine. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Iko nini sina tabu. Siko steam manyaru. Mziki mekoma iko fit kuitwa babu. Fishers of men kwa hizi streets mi ndo nyavu. Alright, hii ndio sababu. I got the juice in madafu. Magic kwa mi majabu. Amefura utadhani taksin mashavu. Nina mwamba si ababu. Shaito simfil kalamu. Washed by his blood damu. Kauna ni feel usishushe yo hamu. Na don't whine na wabambiki vile Mungu anameja na maina. Na feel ni kinda I mean refine I'm fine. Mokori neje so imebaki na saika. Sishiki kijo I mean refine I'm fine. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Sishiki kijo na sitishiki jo I mean refine I'm fine. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Gigging with the bass, street legit, I'm bringing the hits. Steady wind, the one on the field. Wicked, honey, my face, see that sponsor and lip in my bill. I'm sticking the rail, we kicking in Christ, you know the drill. Blah, woo. So I'm back in the dojo, and the Lord. Kwa hearing, ukipenda nite Frodo. Shetani anabashwa, anateta zima moto. Kuna life after death, CLA we hear YOLO. Okay, hichoki art giveaway. Madam tuko chocho, put your back into it. So lazima post nude, ama utwak kujue. Na kile una post, put your fact into it. Woo. Hichoki art giveaway. Madam tuko chocho, put your back into it. So lazima, we utwak kujue. Na kile una post, work a fact into it. Sishiki kijo I mean refine I'm fine up. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Sishiki kijo na sitishiki jo I mean refine I'm fine up. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. Sishiki kijo I mean refine I'm fine up. Cause you get that, me na cry sweet tighter. sishikiki jo nasitishiki jo amenirifine I'm fine boss you get me na Christ sweet tighter 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 me na Christ sweet tighter.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And my name is Caroline Murote. Welcome to Sheversations. Karibu sana to this Friday's edition of Sheversations. And the time is 11 minutes past 11. And I am very happy, very excited for this Sheversation that we are having today, because it is all about how feminine are women supposed to be. The feminine woman. What does that actually mean? I'm very excited to just have a chat about, what does it actually mean? Is there one way to look at it? Is there a specific definition? It's just making it up as we go along. So we're going to find out, and we have been ushered into the show by a good part of our playlist today. Wapendo muziki wametuanzisha vizuri wakisema anasafisha, alafu Shani ametuambia wema wako, and then we've had Stone G was saying sishikiki jo, and that's what you need to tell the enemy every single time he comes crawling, because anakujaga crawling, by the way. Aizi kuja na confidence when you are a child of God, and if there's just still a part of yourself that you are yet to explore. Me personally nime experience that kusema ukweli, and I feel like that's the way to go, guys. Personally, that is my very deep opinion that I'm gonna keep sharing with you guys, because oh my goodness, I wouldn't forgive myself if I did not. But yes, karibu sana to the show. In case you want to reach out to us, let me know. What do you believe in? First of all, labda hizi mambo za God zinakuanga stories za jaba, wamekuibia pesa, somebody's priest, somebody's pastor conned somebody. They told you you're going to find your wife in your car before the end of 2024. Na sahi bado you're doing futsubishi, na hauna bibi, hauna husband. Let me know what it is that you are believing. Let me know if you're there with the crystals and the chakras and sijui the universe and whatever. Let me know if today is Friday and you're gonna go to the mosque, to just say your daily prayers. Let me know what your belief system is, and how can you tell me? Caroline_Murote on Instagram. On TikTok, it is at Carol Murote, CAROL Murote, and Caroline Murote, both on Facebook and on X, Twitter, and at Power Radio on all those platforms. And in case you want to start a conversation and you want to just blast us out, the hashtag is Sheversations. There's also Sheversations with Caroline Murote. You can also find us at Power Radio, hashtag Power Radio, and hashtag Art of Expression. And in case you didn't know, this is the place here where you tune in and power up and continue enjoying the show. Karibu sana, and let's just get another jam for you. I'll be with you shortly.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
One time, two time. You already know now. Pick up Churchill. Since I met you, Jesus. Since I met you. Yeah. I met this man and he changed my life. He told me that he had to pay a price, and the price that he paid on that racket cross, poured his blood for me, I'm saved. Yeah.
Okay, it's another new chapter. Holla, I'm doing it for the master. Saved by grace, I'm no longer a disaster. Spirit of a billionaire, no, I'm not a hustler. It all started the day I met him on the cross. The day I gave my life to him without the teams on. That was the day I sang a new song. Amazing grace forever, sweetest sound. I surrender, who am I to boss? Salute to the most high, I can never floss. He's the boss, man, believe me, he's the boss. I can always sing it when the beat drops. I'm on for the game cause I'm out of the cage. I'm not for the fame but I'm here for the church. Christ is the way, the truth and the life. No longer in darkness, I'm walking in light. The wages of sin can never be life. No longer lose it, winning the fight. He died on the cross to save my life. No longer because I'm alive.
Since I met you, since I met Jesus, I've never been the same. Since I met Jesus, I'm forever changed. I'm forever changed. And you'll be back again, recapping Church of Kings, spitting truth from the booth, loose in the noose that we having fellas checking deuces to their own. And haters do the best just to magnify the wrongs, but really I'm sorry. My faith only bothers with he who bought me. Therefore I ain't faced with the talk of men around me. My journey is between me and the one who started it in me. For he built me to inhibit the spirit that is within me.
They told me I needed more exposure. Like if I was taking a photo in inferior light, I started to see myself in an inferior light. Samsung, Sony, I had many stereotypes. Now I put bars in your faces, I don't read your rights. I got some advice so you don't get consumed by these lights. A word from the wise, gotta keep your eyes on the prize. Nairobi for Christ, look at how he paid all the price.
Since I met you, since I met Jesus, I've never been the same. Since I met Jesus, I'm forever changed. I'm forever come as you are. Hey, you ain't gotta change. Come as cause he loves you anyway. Come as just you come are. As you are. You'll be forever and changed. And you'll be forever changed. Come as you are. You ain't gotta change. Come as cause he loves you anyway. Come as just you come are. As you are. You'll never be the same. Since I met you. Since I met you. I met this man and he changed my life. Since I met you. I met this man and he changed my life.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
And he said I can move in the mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out with that. I know with that. He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know with that, yeah. I know with that. All things possibility with God of ability. Ability, possibility, all things, possibility, with God of ability.
They call me Shana Dawn. Got ability like Yahweh. He suppressed the kings of the underworld, my way. Rock of the ages, ancient of days, lily of the valley and the bright and morning star. Anything is possible with him. He raised up the dead after days in the grave. Parted the sea for the nation in a minute. He'll answer your matter in less than a minute.
I can move in the mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out with that. I know with that. He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know with that, yeah. I know with that. All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility. All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility.
Inna the dark when it's tough, you always stepping up. Endless possibilities, salute the Holy Trinity, yeah. See, no eye ever seen it, no ear ever heard it. I know man can't conceive it. The good things in store for those who love him. I'm ready now to see the impossible.
And he said I can move in the mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out with that. I know with that.
He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know with that, yeah. I know with that.
All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility. All things possibility with God of ability. Ability. Possibility. And he said I can move in the mountains for you. Mountains for you. Yes, so I'm going out with that. I know with that. He can move any mountains for you. Any mountains for you. I know with that, yeah. I know with that.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. So that was a good sound of Ability by 1005 songs. And right before that, we had the good sounds of, let me see what that was. That was You by Churchill King. And what's been happening, ladies? What's been happening, gents? Is that out here, Bado, it's the streets are on fire with just weird things that are happening. But wacha tuone kama ni karma. It's just another everyday case of gender-based violence. So this is according to the Kenya Insights about 3 days ago, and this one is titled "Bedroom Disaster: Billionaire Lawyer's Manhood Beaten in Wild Love Triangle Horror." So I'm gonna tell you why this particular case is interesting, because unfortunately, wacha niseme, these stories are not new to Kenya. These stories are not unique. These stories have the same way that tumezoea to hear that a woman has been killed, a woman has been beaten up. Also cases of people's manhoods being beaten off, being cut off, are also not. This is not very new information to a lot of Kenyans, yes? I'm not saying that tunafaa kuzoea, but I'm going to tell you why this particular one is of note, yes? Because there's something that happened precisely 3 years ago that really trended on social media with regards to the same case. So even though the guy, this is what he reports, "She chewed my dick like Jabba," lamented the lawyer in a series of explosive and increasingly graphic social media posts that have set Nairobi's elite gossiping overtime. Okay. And the flamboyant attorney, known for his flashy lifestyle, yes, Bugatti and all of that, and frequent a social media boast about his wealth, is currently recovering at Coptic Hospital after what he describes as a savage attack where his paramour, his lover, Sylvia Amulo, known as a sly nard, reportedly beat off a chunk of his prized possession during what should have been a passionate encounter at his upscale Kileleshwar apartment. "She chewed my, you know what, like Jabba," lamented the lawyer. And he says, "My dick is now damaged. Will I ever have sex again?" He woefully questioned, sharing what he claims are actual photos of his injured appendage to his shocked followers. And according to his neighbors at Midea Apartments, residents were awakened by blood-curdling screams around midnight, and we thought someone was being murdered, said one neighbor who requested anonymity. Then we saw the lawyer being carried out with blood-soaked pants while a woman was being restrained by security guards. It was like a scene from a horror movie. So that is what is happening. That is what is happening. And this gentleman's name is Raymond Ndunga. So can I tell you what is so interesting about this case is that allegedly he was violent towards her. So kuna a lot of commentary that no, this lady walikuwa natafuta pesa, because apparently at some point the sister was involved. All of this is alleged. I have no idea what the actual story is, except that this man's manhood is currently being treated, because when you've been beaten and you're bloody, that's not cute, of course. 3 years ago, there was a video that trended, and these guys were sitting at the rooftop somewhere on a balcony in a restaurant. Seemed private, but not quite so private. And this gentleman was landing slaps on his then girlfriend. Now your girlfriend pia alikuwa na dready. At some point he was just slapping, he grabbed. Let me tell you, the video was horrifying. Ile yenye unamchapa tu and the people around are just sitting. In other words, wamezoea. And the lady did not leave at that point. She didn't press charges. She didn't even complain. And he said that wanaelewana. That is how Raymond Ndunga, or Ndonga, however you pronounce this name, that's how he became popular. So it's very, very sad, because does it mean that because you're an abuser, then you deserve to be abused? Absolutely not. But is this a case of trauma? I'm going to leave that to you guys. I'm going to absolutely leave that to you guys. Let me know what you're thinking about this particular case. Let me know what you're feeling, because me personally, I don't really know what to think. I don't know what to think, because if you're an abuser and you get away with the abuse, then it's unfortunate when people don't take you seriously. And this is a word to women everywhere. This is a word to women everywhere in Kenya, in Africa, in our continent, and in this planet. As long as you're a woman, you need to value yourself more than what you're getting from a relationship that is devaluing you. Okay? That's something I need women everywhere to know, because the world is not very kind to women nowadays. And I know that the world is also very hard for men, but I mean, women are afraid to work at night for a good reason. More women die in marriages and relationships more than men for a good reason. And a lot of the time, the perpetrators happen to be men, and more particularly boyfriends, lovers, and husbands, friends, neighbors, relatives. So I need you to walk away from a situation that does not give you value. Now, speaking of walking away from a situation, internationally, this is one case very briefly that caught my interest. And you tell women to walk away, and then this is what happened when this particular woman walked away. So this lady here is called, this is a story from South Africa, yes, Durban, South Africa, Durban, and she is from the Eastern Cape, and this happened, the relationship that they had was with a man who was in Durban, and she was going back home because she had held at knife point. She had been threatened, and she said, I am going to leave you. So the mother reports that the lady went back home with no phone and with bruises, and that she had left the man. And the daughter reports to her mother that this man said that he's going to gorge my eyes out. Mind you, the lady has left the relationship, and the man said, you cannot leave me, I'm gonna gorge out your eyes. And guess what happened, ladies and gentlemen? The man followed the lady to her home, attacked the mother, and used a screwdriver to gorge out the eyes of this lady, his ex-girlfriend, called Mbongeka Lelei. That's Nxele, and this particular gentleman's name is Zenzele Xaba. That is Xaba. And so now this case is in hearing, yes, and he has requested for bail, citing reasons for seeking employment and saying that he had an alibi. Yet the mother saw everything, and there is evidence, and now the lady will never see. Her eyes were, no, I don't mean stabbed, guys. I don't mean punched in the eyes. I mean gorged out with a screwdriver. A screwdriver. So yes, if you want to look for this story, just look for the story of Zenzele Xaba, who was the perpetrator that gorged out his ex-girlfriend's eyes with a screwdriver just because she wanted to leave him. So this is a crime of passion, obviously. This is a crime of passion, and the question is, when are we going to see an end to GBV, and where does it end? Where does it end? Because we tell women to leave, and then the ones that leave are still attacked. And the mother, what did the mother even have to do with this? Let's just, for argument's sake, let's play devil's advocate and say that this lady had overstayed her welcome in this relationship. Let's just say she lacked wisdom, whatever wisdom it is, as if people willingly enter relationships with men they know are going to gorge out their eyes. But let's say that she wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. Let's say there is a certain level of wisdom she didn't apply. Okay, now we are just assuming. What did the mother have to do with any of this? Because the mother was also beaten up, to get her out of the way. And this gentleman came, gorged out the eyes, and that's that. That's the whole story. And he's denying, and he said it wasn't him. He needs bail because he needs to go and get employment. So he needs to go out job hunting or probably for interviews. And it's disgusting. So Zenzele Xaba, shame on you. And how do you apologize to a woman that has lost her eyes? How do you apologize to a woman who can never see again in her life because she wanted to leave you in a relationship? So when we say that we need to give platform to women's issues and amplify women's stories, this is the reason why. It's because there are things like this still happening, and when we see cases of men whose manhood has been beaten, unfortunately the backstory becomes, it just sheds light that, so this might have been in self-defense, even not. Do we sound biased? Absolutely yes. Why? Because the gentleman whose appendage was being chewed off like Jabba, according to the man's own admission, was trending 3 years ago on social media, mercilessly beating up his girlfriend and making fun of it on social media, knowing absolutely nothing would happen to him. So why should we listen? And it's very sad because this is illegal. You're not supposed to bite. Ladies, please resist biting off men's penises. Kindly resist. Hold back the urge to bite off any body part. Kindly, if you're hungry, eat food. But the point is this: if you're going to be a public abuser, very proud of what you're doing, then it is not going to serve you coming onto social media to show everybody what has happened to you at the hands of another woman, okay? Because we don't trust you. And we're not saying that the law is based on trust. No, the law is it illegal? Then you get what's coming your way. Is it legal? Then you leave scot-free. That's how the law works. And that's right and wrong. But at the end of the day, if it is sympathy you're looking for and you are beating up a woman, there was no apology. You didn't, there were no actions to make it up because you beat her up and you were shameless about the comments. Guys, go search up that story 3 years ago, okay? This is why we need to keep giving women's issues platform. But because I don't want to continue dwelling on these things that clearly anger us, some of us who remember what it means to be a woman and just want to focus on the beauty of being a woman. We are going to talk about the feminine woman in just a few minutes, but I'm going to leave you in the good hands of one of my favorite songs, Monoma 1005 songs. This is Sheversations. Do not go anywhere.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
1005 songs in
See how I look when you move, see where you take credit to you do, see your kwangu zangu. God when him true, got a better view, and since I met you, nuru yangu. Fact of the matter, see my Christ is the answer. You got me, so I gotta get it. Raise up the banner, make him not forget it. Stop searching for truth on my socials, looking for answers, got promos. Sana jua, there's only one way. Ni yes, only one way.
My God is the biggest out there. I've been feeling the rap with them scriptures all over like, yeah. I know you like it, cause Jehovah's son is invited. And every time that he shows up, demons are finished. So there goes my heartfelt condolences to the enemy. I'm seated in heavenly places far beyond this reach. My advocate is Jesus, I'm enjoying immunity. Paid by the blood, restoration by the Father. I'm in the assembly of the firstborn, enrolled in the heavenly places of the dawn. Spirits of the rushes made perfect for God by the blood of the Lamb. Now I walk like him, talk like him, reign with him, and it calls me years. Made in his image, tell me, do you see it? Son of the dawn, rapping my city, you heard? My God is the biggest out there. I've been feeling the rap with them scriptures all over like, yeah. I know you like it, cause Jehovah's son is invited. And every time that he shows up, demons are finished, so done.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
It's been a really long time, tangu nikuvutie. I only called today, but I think about you every day. Najua nilichoma, yeah. I take the blame. Juu tangu iyo day, I've never been the same. Find me at B&D off late kila weekendi. Nimekosana na wengi, lakini sisi I'm regretting. I know you know me well, usikate juu niko mlevi. Please don't hang up on me, niache niseme ukweli. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo upande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday. I'm not stalking you, niliona umepost pictures are cost. Your new man doing the most. You seem happy, you seem so happy. Called to let you know I'm taken, but available for you. Bestie, we nirudishie phone, cause you don't understand what the hell is going on. Kilimani reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo upande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo upande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday.
Reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. Needs to know what's in my heart.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Amenivua vazi la aibu na moyo wangu wakati sina budi ila nimusifu.
Amefanya
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Sheversations, and we are listening to the good sounds. That was Mefanya Mungu Wapenda Muziki, and right before that we had Better by Motoria, and honestly, today is a better day. Lazima ikue, because my aim in life is to always have a better day than the one that I had. And as you guys can see, I am not by myself. I'm not by myself. I'm joined by a gentleman over here, and I'm gonna allow him to introduce himself. So welcome so much, and please tell the people who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Caroline.
Yes.
I'm grateful for this opportunity to be at Power Radio.
Yes.
Yes, I'll introduce myself in a very simple way.
All right.
Yeah, my name is Collins Tebaliah.
Okay.
Lelei.
Tebaliah.
Yes.
Tebaliah is tumependa hiyo. My colleague Anne just saw your name somewhere on the poster, and it's like, wow, Tebaliah. Does it's where, because Collins tumezoea akikolom kwa wingi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tebaliah is such a unique name. Does it have a unique background? Ni ya wapi? Is it a Kenyan name? Labda ni sisi hatuko
No,
exposed.
you see, Tebaliah is just a Bible name.
A Bible name?
Yeah,
Usiseme just. Unajua just ni kama.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's a good name
It's
in
a
the
good
Bible.
name.
In 2 Chronicles 26 there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tebaliah alikuwa nani?
There was a man called Tebaliah who was a gatekeeper in the temple.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was writing books on the gatekeeping in the church.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. I feel like it was prophetic somehow.
Yeah.
We become our names.
Yes.
Sindio?
Yes.
Which is why, I'm always talking about naming children things that you want them to become.
Yeah, it has a meaning.
Yeah.
Every name has a meaning.
I love
that. It has
that.
an impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so just briefly, unaweza tuambia what you do for a living.
Okay, Tebaliah, as you have heard.
Yes.
I'm a growth influencer.
A growth influencer.
Yeah, I influence growth in all areas of life.
All areas of life.
Yeah, this one I realized after failing in 10 businesses. That is when I came up with this idea. 10!
So wait, so you're going to tell us more about growth influencing? Like in here, you're failing at 10 businesses. It's so funny because kuna, one of the things I was going to ask you, and I think we're going to start with that one. It's so funny because it's literally here on my list. I know there's no way of proving. But so Jumesema, you failed at 10 businesses. So what is that thing that failure imekufunza? Kabisa imekufunza, and you're like, I'm for sure better for this.
So failure is good.
Okay.
Because it pinpoints those things that you didn't know. After failing in those 10 businesses, I realized that life is about systems.
Yeah. Okay.
The systems are the discipline, the habits. So there are habits I used to do in business that made it fail.
Okay.
So after failing now, I now realize that we need to build proper systems in our lives, in our businesses, in our marriages, relationships, and it will work.
I love that. Failure is good. That is a word you would never hear anybody's teacher telling you in high school or in primary. Like failure, tunajua tu failure ni kitu kibaya, but what I've loved about what you've just said is that perspective is what matters. Because if you build on whatever it is that's broken, becomes a very good stepping ground.
Yes.
Sindio?
Yeah.
I love that so much, because hata kwa story yetu ya salvation, sisi wenye tumeokoka, vitu Yesu alifanyiwa ndio zilikuja zituokoe. Whatever death is the
like
end.
Failure.
It's the end. In fact, the death of a criminal. That's the kind of death that, Jesus died, if you're a biblical scholar or if you're interested in that. And so for those that believe in that, it became the starting point for salvation.
That failure, that was like failure in his life.
Sindio? Yeah, and a lot of our freedom fighters, unaangalia, one of my favorite, I know maybe most Kenyans might not be familiar, but Steve Biko had a very similar story kama ya Dedan Kimathi. Yes, and Steve Biko was a freedom fighter. He died, I think, 36 or 39. He hata hakuwa amefika 40.
True.
Yeah, and they dragged him. Walimtie to a baki. A baki is a pickup truck.
Yes.
So they tied him at the back. So these are the stories I was being told by some of my South African lecturers. And they dragged him in the city, in the town, the neighborhood where the prison was, and then wakamrudisha. Sasa, you see,
painful.
yeah, and then that's how he died, like from his injuries and hunger.
The bleeding.
Yeah, and then they said, no, he just died. But there are actual photos. There are photos of them dragging him.
the man.
Do you understand? And those are people that, you know, that's like, that's not successful. That's not a successful
failure.
way.
It's like failure.
It's failure.
Yeah.
But see now, a lot of our African...
The fruits of that failure.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of our freedom fighters, most of them died very horrible deaths. And most of us would not want their lives. But look at that. So I love that perspective you've brought to it.
Yeah, so failure leads to growth.
I love that.
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you tell a 15-year-old? What do you prefer, Collins or Tebaliah?
You can use Collins Tebaliah.
I like Tebaliah.
Yeah.
So 15-year-old Tebaliah, ni nini hakuwa anajua that you feel if a 15-year-old, mwingine sahi, wengi, the ones who might be watching, the ones who are yet to come, if they knew, that would have really changed your life very early if you knew it at 15 years?
One thing I didn't know in 15 years before, there are two things that determines life.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the Bible, it says, you shall live according to your faith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever you believe in, the vision that you have,
okay,
you must have faith in that vision.
So you must persevere.
Yeah, you must have faith, even if the things are going negative. Yeah, if you say, I'll buy a V8, okay, don't worry, even if you don't eat.
Right.
Hata kama ukuli.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have money for food.
Okay.
Don't ever lose faith.
I love that.
Because you shall live according to your
So shikilia your ndoto.
Yeah, I remember when I was in class 6.
Okay.
2006.
Wow.
I saw someone passing with a car called Toyota Crown Royal Saloon. And I said, one day I'll buy it.
Yes.
And I just kept the faith.
Okay.
10 years later, in 2016, I bought one.
Wow.
That's the power of faith.
I love that.
Yeah.
So faith is a driving force to
in life, you shall live according to your faith.
Okay. You shall live according to your faith.
Yeah, that's something I can say proudly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Now let's fast forward kidogo. So that was what you would tell a 15-year-old Tebaliah.
Yeah, yes.
And now, if you were to write a letter to a 21-year-old, say you're 21-year-old Tebaliah, you receive a letter from the future.
Yes.
What would that letter say? Like where you were at 21 and what you would have appreciated knowing?
Now, at 21,
yes,
I've said a teenage boy or a teenage girl, you need to have great faith and don't lose that faith. Yeah. Now, at 21 is where you need structures in your life, systems and structures.
Okay.
Building the discipline, the habits.
Okay.
The right habits.
So not just dreaming.
Yeah, you have dreamt.
Yes, you've already dreamt.
You're just keeping the faith.
Okay.
But now this faith needs good structures so that you can reach your vision.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the power of systems comes in here, the discipline.
Right.
Yeah. So at 21, you need a lot of discipline.
So what now, how do I apply that as a 21-year-old? To say, 21-year-old labda niko campus.
Yeah.
If I've gone accordingly, then you expect your miaka, because 18, you expect somebody's finishing or has finished high school. 19, 20, 21, labda, that person is in campus. So what does it look like to build systems when you're 21 years old?
At 21, you must be careful about what you do.
Okay.
Yeah, your actions, your daily actions. Because at 21, I think this is a fun-based life where people have fun.
It's YOLO, you only live once. Do everything anyhow.
You know, that is where the most mistakes are done.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah. That's the foundation of most people's lives. They are destroyed there or they are built.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here you need proper structures.
Okay.
That is the discipline.
So what do I do to be a disciplined 21-year-old? Like what actions should I put in place?
I think the first thing, you focus on the thing that you are doing. If you are studying, just study well.
Okay.
Yeah.
GPA ikue juu.
Yeah.
Okay.
You avoid relationship drama. Yeah.
Juu jasema avoid relationships, umesema avoid relationship drama.
The drama, yeah. The
okay,
drama
that's valid. I like that.
Yeah. If you have relationships, keep it simple.
Okay.
Yeah, like friendship.
All right.
As a not too much romance.
Okay.
But keep it as friendships. Yeah. don't cling to it so much. Don't keep it, yani usiipe much focus.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not the priority.
That's not the priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the structure here is focused on one thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because I can attest as somebody who has properly been in campus. Ile yenye I spent a good number of my life in campus.
Yeah.
A good number of years. Mi niko na experience. Hata karibu nikuwe lecturer by default.
Yes.
Juu degree haikuwa inaisha. Labda mi ndio nilikuwa na shida. People major in relationships more than school. In campus.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
Yeah, they give it a lot of focus instead of the studies.
Yeah.
And that is where they lose the way.
It's true.
Yeah,
you forget why you're there.
Yeah.
So which means that you're not wise, because a wise person puts their affairs in order. And in order means...
Life is seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
life is in seasons. Yeah.
Everything has its time.
Yeah, when you are in school, that is the season for school. Yeah, you have to give it 75%.
Okay.
The 3/4 rule.
So, and then everything should share. Mapenzi
The 25% is just for the relationship. Yeah.
So if your GPA is down there, you have no business being in a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hear that. Na mtu anasema yeye anakuanga na 100% everything. So then
no, you can't. You can't.
You can't.
No man
Uh-huh.
can focus on 3 things 100%.
Okay.
Or 2 things.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to choose a master.
That's even the Bible says you either choose God or money or anything else.
Okay.
You cannot serve 2 masters in life. Yeah. There's only one master for every season.
Sawa. Mshaambiwa guys. Like, we're not hating on your relationships, but Meskia Tebaliah is saying that we need to decide on what's the focus in that season of life.
Season.
Yeah.
The Bible says everything has a season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And what is a big achievement that is not professional that has made you happy recently? A point of growth, an achievement, a step yenyewe personally, you're like, outside of vitu zinakuletea pesa, outside of career, imekufurahisha about your life recently?
Or as I've said that I'm in the growth influence field, but you see in the growth influence, I started with business growth influencing.
Okay.
But now I've gone to influence growth in the females, the males.
Okay. So gender related.
Yeah, gender related.
Okay.
And also spirituality.
Okay.
So what has made me so happy, like for the last year and this year, is that I've been able to do other books in the spiritual growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it has so much impact in the lives, in my own life and in the lives of my family members.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's bringing impact.
Yeah, it is impactful for me. Even this year, I wrote a book called God's Word Never Fails. From my own experience, what I saw in your life, in my family, and my life.
Okay.
What you are going through.
A testimony of sorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations for being an author, of impact. Kuna watu wanaandikanga vitabu kama How to Become a Millionaire in 1 Year. And they wrote that book 6 years. They wrote the book 6 years ago. And I know failure is a stepping stone, so maybe they failed and got there.
Yeah.
But so you check and you're like, hiya, How to Become a Millionaire in 1 Year. Why should I buy your book if you have this information and it has not borne fruit? So what I love to see is when people are, putting themselves as a what? Somebody who I should consult on something. Yeah. Let there be that fruit in your own life. So that I can trust you. Kama unaingia saloon and nywele ya mwenye anakushuka ni mbaya, I won't be very confident.
Yes.
Yeah, so congratulations. I appreciate when there are others who are living the reality that they write about. Yeah,
I write about my own experiences.
Your own experience, what you know.
My friends, my cousins, my family members. It revolves around those people.
Ni real life kabisa.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. So yes, we're going to get into our conversation for today right after this short break. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, my Sheversationalists, just stay tuned and we're going to have, this is Slaky by Keith, and enjoy.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
aliruka hello, akashtuka kuhome na mimi, lakini siwezi dedi. Tukibaki alone when you're calling my phone, I hope unajua siwezi slake. Check shani washa videtly, waiting for your text on my phone. Yes, you know I'm still checking. When you want to call me, it's amazing. Playing hard to get. Oh, if I get to you. Oh no, Nairobi kuna story. City love inaweza leta ngori. Everyone's got their card up, I say. We all want somebody, but do we want to stay? Tonsils the way that you sweet are coming my way. Tell me lockdown, utapata knockdown. Oh yeah. Aliruka hello, akashtuka kuona mimi, lakini siwezi dedi. Tukibaki alone when you're calling my phone, I hope unajua siwezi slay. Aliruka hello, akashtuka kuona mimi, lakini siwezi dedi. Tukibaki alone when you're calling my phone, I hope unajua siwezi slay.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Have you seen that girl? I've seen that girl before. You can see it in her motions, yeah, she knows. Got a mind together, she can take it slow. Take it slow. If you ain't seen me lately, don't you worry, 'cause you see, I realized the secret to my worth. Whatever happens, I'll put me first. Put me first. I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. I'm taking it back, oh hold up, let me explore, yeah. Yeah, I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. You're taking me back, oh baby, I'd like to know ya. I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. I'm taking it back, hold up, let me explore, yeah. Yeah, I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. You're taking me back, yeah, baby, I'd like to know ya. Oh, why won't you buy me sometime that I wouldn't need back? Oh, you know there's moments I wish I could go back and tell you that, yeah. Tell you I need time to know you. Tell you I've been trying to show you how far this thing could go if we just hold space for love in a higher plane. I love you, by the way. See, we all bleed the same, hey. I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. I'm taking it back, oh hold up, let me explore, yeah. Yeah, I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. You're taking me back, oh baby, I'd like to know ya. I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. I'm taking it back, hold up, let me explore, yeah. Yeah, I never seen you glow up like this before, yeah. You're taking me back, yeah, baby, I'd like to know ya. Say now, put me on your level. We could be forever, like the shines together, together. Hey now, you could be my neighbor. Only we can save us. Sister love forever, forever. Say now, put me on your level. We could be forever, like the shines together, together.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Welcome back, welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Sheversations. Hey, kushrab nayo, it's okay. Lazima tukumbushe that this is not our mother tongue. It humbles us. This language humbles us, yes. But welcome back to Sheversations with myself, Caroline Murote. This is a space that amplifies our female voices and just shows us just the different aspects of what it means to be a woman. And yeah, we've just heard from Keithan, Sleki and Miss Karun akituambia glow up. And sai tuko na Mr. Tebaliah. He is a growth influencer and he was just sharing with us about his dream car, letters he would write to, 21-year-old and wasi wa campus venye mnafaa kuachana. He didn't say that in those words particularly, but yes, just speaking on seasons and focusing and keeping the main thing. And speaking of the main thing, so you are a growth influencer.
Yes.
What is that?
So growth influencing is it's a wide scope.
Okay.
Yeah, of development in life.
All right.
Like I started growth influencing after realizing that everyone in this world has come for a purpose to grow. We are in the mission of growing.
Okay.
You have heard about evolution?
Yes.
You know evolution?
I know evolution.
Evolution means that you are growing from a certain stage to another stage.
Yes.
So the evolution that we have as people in this world is what we call spiritual growth.
Okay.
You might not see it with your own eyes, but your soul is growing every day.
Yeah.
So that's why growth is the purpose of life. That's what I can say. That's what I realized.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that there's this significant realization, which is the truth, honestly, because when you look around, at mtoto, if you bring a child into this world and just leave them, they are going to have to grow.
Yeah.
Animals, plants.
Everything grows.
It's to get from point A to point B, and point B has to be forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're growing backwards, it means that you're dying.
If you don't grow,
yes,
you will have a problem in the way you live.
Yes, you will stagnate.
Yeah, you will stagnate and you will feel like you are purposeless. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So now how does this translate into a career? What does that look like? Because, tunajua influencers wako social media, wako YouTube saying, hi guys, welcome to my channel. We know that the content creators, we understand, aligning themselves with the brands and all those things. But this term, grow the influencer, might be something that many people are not familiar with. So career-wise, what does a growth influencer do exactly?
So growth influencers, a growth influencer can focus on one aspect of life, like personal growth.
Yes.
Yeah. There's someone who's doing personal growth only.
Okay.
There are people who are doing business growth only.
Okay.
Relationship growth, family growth.
Okay.
Wealth growth, financial growth.
All right.
So there are different types of growth influencers.
Okay.
Yeah. But now, for me, I do general growth influencing in every aspect.
So a holistic scope.
From personal, business, and even financial, and even wealth growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you speak, what comes to mind is a life coach. Is it similar? Is it the same thing?
Yeah, it's almost like a life coach.
So what's the difference?
But the difference now, we focus on what causes growth. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
A life coach can coach you just how to live.
That's true. How to
be okay. But me, I look at how you can grow.
Okay.
From your soul.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we always have to be progressing forwards.
Yeah. Even if you are doing a business, you must grow yourself.
Profit.
To feed the business.
Lazima.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, utakula.
Yeah. Or you'll have bad leadership.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. And I see why growth influencing is important. So now you're a growth influencer and you've told us before this, you're an author.
Yeah, this growth influencing
comes
from authoring so many books.
How many books?
Over 15 books.
What? What were we doing, Sisi? Si tunafanya nini in life?
Yeah, like you see, I did this book.
Okay.
There's another book which is religious.
Okay.
But this is the first book.
Okay.
This Grow Up.
Okay, so grow up.
Yeah.
So I see it's written number 1.
Yeah. There's grab 1, 2, 3, 4.
And yeah, people need to grow up. That's a whole degree, 4 years.
Yeah, we are now in grab 4.
Yes. And we're going to continue growing, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's when I'm launching grab 4 with the feminine woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the feminine woman, what does it talk about?
Now when we come to the feminine woman, you see, when you have come to this world as a woman,
yes.
Have you heard something called incarnation?
Incarnation?
You incarnate.
I've had reincarnation.
That was a traditional aspect.
Okay, so what's incarnation?
Incarnation is the process of your soul coming to this world, entering your body.
Okay, so the process of becoming.
Yeah, of being born as a woman.
All right.
Yeah.
So when I was incarnated as a woman.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a purpose for that.
All right.
Yeah.
And what?
When you incarnate as a woman, there's a purpose God has designed that in that feminine incarnation, there are qualities you need to build to grow so that after the end of your life, they will say, when you are a woman, this is the qualities you build.
Yes.
And now we cannot repeat this incarnation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. And what about people who say it doesn't really matter your gender, you can just do whatever makes you happy? Like kila mtu kama mimi ni mse wa business. See, I'll do business whether I'm a man or a woman. So why does that? Why does it matter to focus on if I'm a woman, then there's a specific thing or a specific way I should be?
The reason is there's a purpose for everything.
Okay.
There's nothing that was just created just to be a woman, just to be a man.
So you need to know the value in order for you to make
the
good
qualities.
Use. Okay, so there's a reason why there is that gender, why it exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would that from your perspective? What would the purpose of femininity and womanhood? What is that?
Yeah, as I've said, when you incarnate as a woman, there are certain feminine qualities that was lost during the fall. Like you have heard about the great fall,
yes, biblically.
The fall of angels.
Okay.
You see, before the creation of everything, everything was one.
Okay.
We were whole.
Yes.
Like if you are a woman, you will be with full qualities of a woman.
Okay.
Like you could display your intuition well.
Okay.
Your passivity
so intuition,
well. Yeah.
Passivity.
Yeah. Nurturing.
Okay, nurturing.
Yeah. There are those qualities in a woman.
Okay.
That are supposed to be displayed now in a woman who is living in this world.
Okay.
In full capacity.
So, okay, that's interesting. So currently, does it mean if we are looking, in your book, The Feminine Woman, to restore that, or, it's in your opinion that should be restored?
Yes.
Does it mean that we are not really women as we should be currently, the women of this generation? Is that your observation?
Yeah, like if you look at the demographics or how modern women are, they are becoming masculine instead of becoming feminine.
What does that mean when you say becoming masculine? So what are those traits that women...
masculinity is about displaying mental prowess.
Okay.
Yeah, like reasoning, creativity.
Okay.
Using the mind.
Okay.
That's for masculine.
Okay.
But for the feminine, they should use their intuition and the art.
Okay.
Mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So when you say reasoning and you said prowess, what's the word you used before prowess?
Mental
prowess.
Yeah.
So does this have to do with intelligence? Does it have to do with IQ? What? Because I'm trying to get to that point where we can understand. Because if I heard that and I didn't understand you, then I would say, women don't need to think, they just need to feel.
Women should use what we call emotional intelligence.
Okay.
EQ.
Okay, EQ.
Men should use IQ.
Can't we use both?
And at the eye level, above humanity, spirituality, you should use spiritual intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one here for EQ and IQ. I've been to so many trainings at a campus. By the way, campus, they really love telling us, we know you're here for your grades, but have soft skill. soft skills, have EQ, be emotionally intelligent. So does that mean that men, it doesn't matter if they're emotionally intelligent or not?
For men, it doesn't count much, emotional intelligence.
Could you quantify that, like elaborate? Because
a man should think.
So consideration, for example, is emotional intelligence. So does it mean a man doesn't have to be considerate?
Naturally, as a human being, you have a bit of it. But
okay, so there is a balance in all of us. Good amount.
It is just there. Even you're thinking,
yes,
it's there.
Okay.
Yeah, but what you should display in this incarnation, like for this, maybe you are living for 80 years, is to display more of EQ, as a woman.
Yeah.
Be able to sense, feel in full capacity.
Okay.
If you fail in that, you have failed the whole incarnation of 80 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And so now my question would be, so now with women who you say have become masculine in our time, in our era, yet they say they're happy, they're okay. What does that mean? Is it untrue that somebody is content if they're displaying all these traits that you have described as masculine, yet they're happy, they're content in their own words, in their own admission? So does it mean that it's not true, or they've lost their way? What does that mean?
To know that you have lost the way is how you see, for women, you cannot have a stable relationship when you are displaying so much of IQ.
Okay.
Yeah. So their defects will be shown in the relationship, not in their own lives. They can say they are happy, but now when they enter into any relationship with a man, this defect will be shown there.
Okay.
The fruit of that, defect will be shown in the relationship, not in the person.
Okay, so for men who say, I want an intelligent woman, and in school, campus, high school, we are told use your IQ. Kila mtu, because we are all capable. So, and then we have a learned gentleman like yourself, who's an author of 15 books, very accomplished, telling us women are not supposed to focus on using their IQ.
Yeah.
So how is this IQ different from the one we were taught in school?
So
kila mtu anafaa kutumia.
In that book, I wrote the society's destruction of femininity.
Okay.
So this is the work of the society.
Yeah.
And the society is a system.
Okay.
A system that programs. When we program women the opposite way and program men the opposite way, what we will have is a chaotic society.
Okay.
Like we have nowadays.
Okay.
Where there are unstable relationships. There are people who are very cold. People who are aloof. You don't know aloofness?
Yeah.
People who are purposeless, lonely.
Yes.
This is the results of doing things oppositely.
So you mean what we're being taught, both boys and girls using their IQ, is wrong?
It is wrong. This is something for men. They should be taught to use their IQ.
So what would education be telling girls to do? Because Tena, I am here as a result of my IQ. So does it mean I'm not feminine enough?
Like?
My IQ, my intelligence, and using it, because that's what I was taught. And we've said that maybe that's an education system that's not, that's
everyone
opposite.
Everyone naturally has the two. You have IQ and EQ.
You've said that. So what I'm trying to understand is, so when you say women should not use their IQ, that's a very, very straightforward statement. If you say that most places, I think you'll be misunderstood. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of what you're saying. To explain it in a way where kila mtu ataelewa, you're not saying wanawake wanafaa kuwa wajinga. Hawafai kufikiria na kutumia akili. And I know that's not what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. We explain
everyone
so that
has
we can
common
get
sense.
There. Yes, so common sense we should all use.
Just operate at the common sense.
So, okay.
Not too much IQ.
Okay. What does too much IQ mean? Can you give us practical examples?
That you have ignored your emotional intelligence.
Okay. So
when women ignore
balance.
their feelings,
and
focus on the rational reasoning. Like instead of me feeling like, let me explain these things in layman's language.
Yes, please do.
Using examples.
Okay. Yeah.
For example, I will use an evolutionary quality.
Okay.
When you see most women, they are built to sense.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel it inside of me.
Yeah, there is
it's
the
a thing.
sensing and the feeling.
Yeah.
Sensing in terms of intuition, the gut. You have had gut feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, gut feelings, yes.
Yeah, so women are built to feel.
Okay.
Why? Why God built that way? This is the reason. Because you should be able to know the needs of your child before the child asks for it.
Wow.
Or,
okay.
or cries.
Okay.
Sio lazima mtoto alie.
Okay.
Ndio sasa ujue anahitaji
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's inbuilt to
you
have that
to,
sense.
Yeah, you should be able to sense before.
Okay, and that needs to come above
for your
rationale.
family.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now, modern women are now reasoning.
Okay.
Instead of now feeling what the child needs, they reason. And when you reason, now you miss the link.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Also, when you look at in marriage or relationships, when you reason, you will clash with the man. But when you use your feeling, you will know the needs of your husband or your boyfriend before he asks for it.
Okay.
You will know when to talk and when to keep quiet.
So to sense, to have a sense.
Before you start the reasoning, you feel fast.
All right.
Yeah. Even when you are choosing a job, a business, you should be able to feel, what do I feel? Yeah. Ukisikia iko na uoga or something.
Unajua hapo kuna shida.
Yeah.
Okay.
So una step pole pole.
Okay. When you say that, I think then it's understandable because there is no society which does not know a woman's intuition.
Yes.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
The sixth sense is what some other people call it.
Yeah.
So that's not by chance. That's something that's naturally there. So that's what you're saying is that now that in a woman is more important than let me reason through this problem.
Yes.
You should feel fast.
Yeah.
Okay, but maintain common sense, Pia.
Common sense is for everyone.
It's standard.
Yeah, that's standard. You must use common sense.
Okay, and
but now, when you are doing major decisions, make sure you feel it fast.
All right.
Before you start thinking or reasoning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In every situation, every challenge, what do I feel? Yeah.
Okay.
And this is what now the society is destroying it.
Now let me ask that because saa umesema society and saa unajua wakisema there's all this relationship memes when people are talking about relationships and they're like ndio tuko na sisi ndio tuko, this is the bail imeshafunguliwa, you guys are gonna have to wait for another bail. I don't know if you've come across memes tosheka na whatever is there. So this society, we're not gonna dismantle it. We were born into these systems, we were born into this, whatever we are seeing around, and you are what you eat. And what you eat, I don't mean physical food, what you consume.
Well,
you are what you consume.
You see,
exactly.
what you hear.
Yeah, even spiritually, faith comes by hearing and hearing the word of God. So if you're to apply in any other area, if I want to be a musician, most likely what I'll produce is what has influenced me. Maybe growing up, maybe hata kama ni mtu moja tu nilisikia wimbo yake, and that has really influenced me, I'm gonna be likely to start producing that specific type of music. Sindio?
Yes.
So what do you think it is about society that has made women need to rationalize? Because I think there has been a progression. You've talked about evolution, so I know you understand about that progression.
Yeah.
So because we can say, yes, it's wrong, but also now, realistically speaking, up and ndio tuko. And there was a point where I know that there was points in history where there was whatever you're describing really did happen. So my question is, what do you think necessitated women to start embodying what you're calling masculine qualities? Yeah, let's start with that actually.
So I think, no, it's not about women embodying masculine traits. It is society's programming.
Okay.
It's called behind the scene programming.
Okay. So it's happening to us. We're not waking up and choosing.
Yeah, it can be an evil programming.
Okay.
Yeah, if you believe so.
Okay.
Because this world is run by systems, dark systems and whatever. But if you come to the physical,
right,
you will see the manifestation of these traits.
Okay.
And how it is affecting relationships and marriages.
Yeah.
you see every day marriages are breaking. Relationships are not lasting. Because of what has happened behind the scene, the programming.
Yes.
So if you want to live differently in this society, yenye umesema ni sisi ndio tuko.
Sisi ndio tuko. Hii bill ndio iko. Hatuna ingine.
But now me as a woman, I want to live differently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to remove yourself from that sphere.
From societies, the mindset of the masses.
The programming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even now, if you want to be rich, you have to remove yourself from the programming.
Lazima utoke huko.
Yeah.
You have to become unrealistic. You have to become unrealistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah. Using the faith.
Okay.
That it is possible to live differently in a place that people are living in a certain way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this programming, is it just affecting women or is it also affecting men?
It is affecting also men.
Yeah, so men are not...
They are becoming feminine.
Okay, so it's to switch. Ni ati tunashare ama tume switch. What do you think has happened?
I said earlier that there is a programming to do the opposite.
Okay.
For every gender.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women becoming men.
Okay.
And men acting like women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, you see how it goes. Now we will have what we call a chaotic society.
And I, when you say it that way, I understand, because we started off with a purpose. There was a reason why something was created. If I'm doing the opposite of what I was created to do, at the end of 80 years, I will not have fulfilled my purpose.
Yes.
Okay, so now we have to ask ourselves, so where is the purpose coming from? That's number one. And number two, where is the programming coming from? Because I would understand that the purpose is for you to fulfill the reason why you were created. So that means now we have to look outward, because I didn't create myself. You didn't create yourself.
Yes.
And if I was created, then there has to be a source.
There's a source and a purpose.
Yes. Yeah. So who is or what is the source of our purpose? Because kila mtu siku hizi anajipeleka. Like I want to go here, I want to go there. That's my story. Your life ni yangu.
First of all, it is very clear that you didn't brought yourself here.
True.
Yani hukujileta hivi.
Hakuna mtu alijileta.
Ulijipata hapa.
Aki, sisi wote tulijipata. That's true.
So kujipata inamaanisha there is somewhere you came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is someone.
Okay. And for you, where would that somewhere be?
So anyone who believes in a creator or the source, God.
So there was a creator.
So there is God.
Okay, God.
Yeah, if you are a believer, there is God.
Okay.
And then there is the opposite, the devil or the evil part of it.
Okay.
So what happens is God, the source, has given a purpose for a woman.
Okay.
When you incarnate as a woman for 80 years, this is the purpose you need to achieve in the 80 years. When you act in your feminine qualities fully, there are things that you will fulfill either in career, in marriage, in family.
Yes.
By the end of 80 years, you have grown. Your soul has grown.
Okay, so your soul. So here we're not just looking at our bodies,
material,
your soul. So how do I know that my soul has grown? How can I know? Because soul uyoni hivi na macho.
Auione, but you see the results in your own life. You see how you will see the manifestation of it especially in relationships.
Okay.
With men.
So especially in relationships with men.
Yeah, this is where your feminine qualities are displayed more. And also when you are doing either in an organization, you are in a job.
Yes.
You will see how you lead in that place. Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of thinking, you can use your senses, your intuition, and lead the company to the right direction.
Okay.
Lead your job to the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So embodying your feminine qualities still allows you to be a leader, allows you to be a go-getter, anything. So it's not limiting.
No.
Okay.
Now, in the evolutionary scale of life, anybody can be anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now, you manifest the feminine qualities in full capacity.
Okay. Yeah. And that's how you're able to succeed to the best of the possible potential.
Manifest your passivity well.
Okay.
Manifest your intuition well in that job.
Before we even we go back to intuition, passivity. So that word is not a popular word, especially for women.
There's activity.
So
and
is passive and passive exactly?
Yeah.
Is there a difference? Because nikisikia passivity, akili yangu inaenda to passive, and when I'm hearing passive, I'm hearing nyamaza, tulia, wewe, achana na keherehere. You know, girls like me that were outgoing are like, no, just tulia. And that's like, you want me to become passive, yet that's not how I think or I believe God created me. So is it the same? Passivity, is this the same as being passive?
Passivity is about being able to be patient.
Okay, so patience. Okay.
You know, patience is a godly quality.
Okay.
Avoid aggressiveness.
Okay.
Aggressiveness is not a good trait. Mm-hmm. You should be ambitious, not aggressive.
So ambitious and not aggressive.
Yeah.
So that means if it's not... So does this mean that it's okay for men to be aggressive?
Yeah, because men are built to go to war. Yeah.
So they need that fight energy.
Yeah, women don't go to war.
Okay.
Yeah, they are supposed to nurture the society, to nurture the children.
So mama mwenye ako KDF sasa unamwambiaje?
Yeah.
She's literally at war, literally.
You know now, that is... women can go to war.
Okay.
But most wars were built for men.
Okay.
Like most of the time, even if women go to war, mostly the men will lead.
That's true.
Yeah.
So if I'm a general in the army, and does this mean that I can't be feminine? What does that mean now, based on this conversation that we're having? Because now she has to be aggressive. Does she got a gun?
You know now, when you go to war, like you see these professions.
Yes.
You act.
Okay, so you act.
You are
in the role.
action in the role.
You don't.
You are not. You are not it.
Okay, yeah. I like it when you say it like that. Yeah. So acknowledge that as much as you're doing something that traditionally.
If you are a leader in a company.
Yes.
Yeah, you are in acting.
Okay, so so you don't forget that you're a woman.
Yeah.
So just because your career requires a level of aggression does not mean that it overcomes you. You don't become that thing.
You don't become that thing.
It's the same thing because if I'm an actor, I don't become the role.
That is
if I'm a host, I don't necessarily become this person.
Yes,
everything I'm saying. Okay, no, that makes sense.
So there are things we act in the role.
Okay.
And there is you. Why do you mix you and the roles? You can't mix.
So that's how women can be successful in typically masculine careers. I say typically because people have different opinions about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so now, because you said nurturing and you tied that to family and children. Now, tena, sisi wenye tuko. A lot of women have zero desire for family because tuseme, if you grew up... No. Wacha nitoe your example. Nitaiweka, but wacha nitoe. Yes. There are women and girls who grew up in very healthy families. Very healthy ones where there was
stable.
Stable. Most of us would say that there was a balance. They saw that there is a woman's role, a dad's role, and there was no fighting. Everybody was getting along. There was beautiful teamwork. And then there is sisi wengine wenye we grew up in very violent homes. And so whichever demographic you come from, whichever background you come from, there is still... Because now you find these women that I'm going to talk about in both categories. Women nowadays, they're like, I'm not interested in being somebody's dishwasher. I'm not interested in being somebody's wanasemanga aje incubator for babies.
Mother.
Sasa I do it for myself, I do it for my siblings, I do it for my family, and then I do it for another grown-up who has his own hands na akili yake for the rest of my life. So there's a mentality that attaches family and nurturing to a woman really just going through things that are not desirable. So what about women who don't desire family? For that reason, like me, staki too, and I reserve the right to not want because, first of all, it does not look interesting. It doesn't look helpful to me. It's not going to serve me. And what if I end up with a man who is an abuser? Or what if I end up with a good man, but I don't want to take care of him? Like I want to have the the option to go out and labor. What about those women?
You see, you shall live according to your faith.
Okay.
First of all.
Okay. So,
whatever you believe in, that is what will manifest most of the time. So
women who are in abusive marriages, did they manifest that?
No. being in a toxic relationship is relative.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends with you see, with your choice. This is where now, that's why I said a woman should not be thinking much, like reasoning much, but use common sense. But feel. Whatever you feel at the start of that relationship is what will manifest later.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a problem of choice when you are choosing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Most
so
modern
a woman
women
should
cannot
know.
choose.
A woman should know this man might kill me one day.
Yeah. Should sense.
God has given us the ability to do that.
Yeah.
So now, if there is a woman somewhere who has been killed, because we do talk about femicide a lot, domestically, achana tu na hii a stranger, because they are there, but leave those ones alone. You are killed by your husband, your boyfriend, you know, and then there are those who are attacked, and maybe they're still alive. So now you're telling them that no, you're supposed to have known it's your fault. Yeah,
most women are able to sense before it happens.
Before it happens.
Yeah, everyone gets a signal.
So is that how you would console a woman whose sister has been killed by their husband? That ni choice yake, she didn't.
No, what I'm saying is because me, I'm an evolutionary growth influencer.
Yes.
I would say if you build your intuition very well, you will be able to sense a toxic relationship. So now, because happened your tuko, and we have men beating and killing women every day, how can we bring that to reality, what you're saying? Because I'm understanding what you're saying, but sasa tuseme mimi hata sijawahi sikia anything that you're saying. Tuseme wanna watch Sheversations, and today is day 1. Yes. So what happens then? Because tuseme I've lost a sister, tuseme I grew up watching my mother with a black eye and she did the best based on what I saw. Sa tunawasaidia aje if we're saying women should be feelers, and apparently we don't know how to feel or make good choices. Like no, based on that. As idea, what I always tell women is this, that don't trust your reasoning capacity. Don't trust your mind. How do I get there? Practically. You are able to feel. Okay. Yeah. Able teach me. What? Like as a woman, I've said when you incarnate as a woman. Yes. You have the feeling capacity. So it's in me. Yeah. But I don't know how to use it. I've never even known there's such a thing. So if I'm hearing you for the first time, how do I get there? Because you know there are ideas and then there's how to apply them. So that's where I want us to go. So that I'm not just left feeling that I'm not supposed to be reasoning. I'm supposed to be feeling. But sijui, how do I get there? Like now if I'm sitting there and I genuinely want to take your advice, how do I start feeling over reasoning? How do I do that? Okay. The difference between reasoning, you see when you reason, reasoning is in points. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Feeling is in kama is umayona kama kulikuwa na jua alafu ikachange ikakuwa baridi. Yes. How do you feel? I'll start to feel cold. Yeah. Hapo umerisa. Or cooler. Yeah. No, it's just in common sense. It's like the environment. The environment changes. I'm an animal. Even an animal would notice. I don't need to think. It's just I use my senses. So that's the way. Like when you are in a relationship, you will feel fear. Okay. Towards the person. So pay attention to everything you're feeling. Yeah. The way you feel about the relationship. What do you fear about it? Okay. Yeah. So can we be tricked, Basi? Now speaking on the case where women experience a lot of violence. Is it not possible? Because I've seen a lot of men who, yes, I know we are feeling things, but based on everything around. Because is it everybody who will just feel? Because there's what you're saying, but it sounds utopian to most people. I can promise you a lot of women they don't know how struggle. To feel. Sure. Yes, because what you're saying is that no, I'm not just feeling ini baridi, ichai hapa ni moto, jua ime change. It's not the same feeling of this man might kill me because there's no woman in their right senses as far as we know. Because I know there are some women who are not okay, they are very broken. But there's no woman who would be continuing to stay
vizuri na relationship where kabla waone anything, any action or hear a word, they would be able to feel. So it sounds utopian. It sounds like, sir, this is an impossible thing. And it also sounds like placing the responsibility of keeping dangerous men is on women.
No, I've started with the word choice.
Okay.
You know, before you get married
Yeah.
or before you enter into a relationship,
Yes.
There's always a choice.
True.
But in the modern world, people
Yeah.
do choices based on inaitwanga nini? Checklist.
So that's the reasoning bit.
The checklist is
Okay.
what is now causing these atrocities.
So what should our checklist be feeling? So if me, I need a man who's educated, tusipigane kwa nyumba surely.
yeah.
Nikimwambia azime stima, they are not saying the light should be. This is...
You see, when you use the checklist,
Uh-huh.
you are checking the list of material things.
Okay. And
Mostly.
so material things is bare minimum.
This is where the problem is.
Okay.
Because you can check all the material things, but now when you come to the values, there's a problem in the values, the
Okay.
character.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what should we be looking
So
out
women,
for to help our...
most women ignore this in the modern world. They ignore the values and character.
Okay.
Now they go with the material checklist.
Okay.
He has a car, he has a house, he has money. He can
Right.
take me out.
He speaks
He's-
English vizuri.
Yeah, he's
He
handsome.
says,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows
gives me
things.
fun.
He treats other people well.
Yeah.
So you're saying that is material and that's not enough and that's not going to help us.
Yeah, that is now, you know, as you are doing the checklist,
Yes.
you are doing it in the present.
Okay.
But the future has a lot of dynamics.
So you have to come out of the physical, is what I've understood. You really just have to come out of...
Ignore the checklist first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which we've said is material,
Yeah.
those things we've mentioned.
Now come back to the character side of the man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And feel.
Okay.
What do you feel about it?
Right. So even if he wears a suit and speaks perfect English.
Yeah. What is the red flags with this man?
Now that's language most people would understand.
Oh, they understand the red flags.
So red flags.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So those are the things red flags and green flags we understand. So those are the things now you're saying that we ignore. That's what society calls red flags.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When you know the red flags, are your intuition and the world telling you that this man is a bad choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't know why, but that
even if the checklist is
100%.
Yeah, this man will kill you one day.
Okay, so you have to go beyond your physical checklist.
Yeah, forget that.
So that's just... I feel like that one should be there, but isikuwe the main qualifier. Because pia mimi ukiniweka na mwanaume mwenye, for example, does not speak my language, does not speak English, and cannot express himself. You see, no matter how much I feel, we're not even starting. Hatufiki, starting point.
Yeah, I know. There's the physical checklist.
Yes.
Where you check what...
Compatibility.
Ile unataka.
Yes.
Yeah, you know everyone has preference.
Yes.
But now, beyond preference,
there's those
now
deep
there's
things.
life.
And it's more important.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's life. The character, the values is the life.
And that's where the choice...
Yeah, that's where the choice come in.
Okay.
And when there are red flags in the first instance or the first day of the relationship, of the first few years,
yes,
it is your intuition or the environment telling you, or the universe, this man will do something to you.
There's a problem.
There's a problem.
And now what does it look like? Because I've understood, we've gone through it. I've understood what you mean. Now, what does the responsibility on the side of men look like? Because not only women end up in toxic relationships, men, today we were sharing, there's a gentleman whose man parts, his penis, bluntly saying, was beaten by a woman. And he happens to be an abuser. He was trending a few years ago for beating on video and was bragging about it.
Another one.
Sasa, I would say, it's his turn. So is there a way now? So now men rationalize.
Society's programming. Yeah. So what the society has programmed in women is to start rationalizing.
Okay.
And ignoring their feelings. And now they are programmed men to start, instead of reasoning as a man and be strong, focused.
Okay.
They are now they act emotionally.
Which is a problem for a man to act emotionally.
Yeah, when men act emotionally, they lose focus. They lose what we call the masculine frame. The masculine frame is what holds a man. Instead of acting emotionally, he becomes focused and become a visionary man. I don't look at today. Maybe my woman is acting weird today, but I give her the grace because she's emotional. So
and you understand that that's how she is naturally.
Yeah, that's natural.
So you don't hold it against
I don't need to have to act emotionally again.
You don't start fighting
and break the relationship. So a man should be able to focus, not on the storms, but on the vision. Because the storms are there. Your woman can act weird, emotionally, drama and whatever. But when you are a strong man, you be still and silent.
So a strong man handles a woman's emotions. Now your part you're silent because now
because and a reason.
In the era of mental health, we say men should talk. For you, it's silence to think and reason. Ama ni ile silence ya nini? Because now, again, on the flip side, we have society telling men to speak up. So a man doesn't really need to be speaking up all the time.
A man can overcome all the stress in stillness.
So now what about the suicide rates? Because globally, the rates of suicide in men is higher than that of women, even in Kenya. And they say it's because they are dying in silence.
No, these are weak men.
Yeah.
When a man becomes weak, he ends up being emotional. And in the emotional war, you are carried away by the waves.
Isn't that triggering for people that have gone through that, lost through suicide, to say this person died because they are weak?
Yeah, when you become weak, you become open to evil spirits. Yeah. When a man becomes weak, he's now open to evil spirits who will bring him down to a level of suicide. Yeah, but a man who is strong, he becomes still and maintain his faith in God.
Yeah. So what would we say
or
to
faith
this?
in his vision.
So the vision, God, whatever it is that's anchoring you.
The vision. You know, a man should be visionary.
Right.
A woman is missionary.
Yeah. I like this tidbits. You have very good tidbits.
Yeah.
So what I'm interested in as one of our final questions, because we're quite out of time, is so now there's all these campaigns, because I did understand you did start off with saying there's a programming. So I understand that's what part of your response would be. But now in our era of mental health, there's all these campaigns of men speak up, speak up. So what would you say to those people who, some of them, it's their careers to get men to open up and speak up so that they don't die? So are we saying now that that's a solution that maybe is not effective because men can, you're strong in your stillness and you don't need to really speak up? What would you say to that, group?
There's this thing called, being vulnerable is not being weak.
So being vulnerable is not being weak.
For everyone.
Yeah,
it's humility. Humility is ability to share our experience.
So we can share.
We are human beings.
All right.
If you act like you are not a human being, like kama umekosa kitu, you borrow. See, you always borrow. That's life. I don't have money.
Na hiyo ni common sense, by the way.
Yeah, that's common sense. That's how we should live at the best level. As all human beings.
That, share, talk.
If I have a problem, I share.
Right.
Yeah, so that the other person feel. Hata yeye kuna mahali huwa amefika mwisho pia. But because you have shared, they feel enyewe we are all the same.
So tuseme shida sasa now, even with the suicide rates, would say that now would be a matter of, even on the common sense we should have on a basic level.
For everyone.
We are not even using that one. Because we are not even sharing and we are mean. We're not being vulnerable.
We are acting. Authentic. When you are an authentic person as a human being, you live like a normal human being.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
A normal human being should connect.
We're in community.
Yeah, communally. Let's share our problem, our ideas. Everything we should be able to share. So for men, generally, they should build their masculine traits.
And
also be a normal human being. For women, the same.
The same.
You don't have to act.
Don't act.
Only act in the role.
In the role that
of serving the world.
Yeah, because there's a reason why it's
in
for money, for
act,
career, for your company.
Yes.
Okay.
That is where you only act. But in your own personal life, be authentic.
The default settings.
Yeah, be authentic.
What you are created for.
Yeah.
Okay, now final note to the feminine women who are watching, or maybe those that might not be feminine.
All right.
And even the ones that disagree with you. A final note so that we can round it up.
Sour.
Yes.
So let's round up with a feminine woman. Yeah. Do you know why I wrote the book? Because I saw some of my friends, my cousins.
Okay.
What was happening in their lives.
Yes.
Yeah. When they lost their femininity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw what was happening in their relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
So it came from a point of concern.
Yeah. So I wrote The Feminine Woman to just encourage women.
Yes.
To pursue their goals passively with patience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Avoid too much aggression.
Okay. But be ambitious instead.
Yeah. Be ambitious.
Yes.
Yeah. Pursue your goals passively with patience, and also now build your sense, your intuition.
Okay.
In every challenge, in every major decision, try to feel it fast. Yeah, don't go to the don't reason.
Okay.
Yeah, try to build your intuition sense.
Okay.
Yeah, and also build your nurturing skills.
Okay.
Yeah, be a naturalist. Naturally, women are naturalists.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't leave that, don't throw that away. Yeah, be a natural as always, and we will have a sound society.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's very important thing for a feminine woman.
Wow.
If you have the three, yeah, you are a wife material.
You've gotten it.
You are a wife material.
Na hata ongelesha wenye wataki kukua wives.
Even if you don't want to be a wife, you will be someone's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Na wenye hawataki relationships?
Those are few.
Okay.
Yeah. Those who don't.
So utawasaidia.
Okay. So those who don't want relationship, use these skills.
Okay.
Yeah. Build your intuition.
Life.
Use it in your business.
Right.
Use it in your relationships. This is girlfriends. Yeah. Use it in every leadership role that you get.
Bado itakusaidia that you're a woman.
Itakusaidia. Yeah. When
it matters
when
that
you
you're
sense,
a woman.
yeah.
Yes.
Sense things fast.
Okay.
As a woman.
Okay.
And that way you will grow in this evolutionary time that you have been given as a woman.
Yeah, to fulfill your purpose.
Yeah, you will fulfill your purpose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This has been such an interesting conversation. Me personally, we need to look for you, since you are to our Sheversations, and have another conversation, particularly with relationships and gender roles, because now we've understood what a feminine woman is in your perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, and also not being afraid of saying things that most people would disagree with.
Yeah,
so I appreciate that, because we're able to have an honest conversation and exchange ideas. And I want you to let the people know where they can find you on the socials, how they can contact you, and where they can support you with your book.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can find me on Facebook at Collins Tebaliah.
Yes.
My name is here.
Yes.
Collins Tebaliah.
Yeah.
On TikTok, Collins Tebaliah.
Yes.
X, Collins Tebaliah.
Yeah.
Also Instagram, Collins Tebaliah.
Yes.
My books are available at Nuria bookstores.
Zote.
All of them.
15 books.
Yeah, you can get this Grow Up. You can get the Feminine Woman.
Yes.
Though I'm launching the Feminine Woman with the Grow Up 4.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have the physical book.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So next time we'll bring the Feminine Woman.
Please.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope it's soon. When are you launching it?
On 28th this month.
On 28th this month?
Yes.
No, you should come back and we have a conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can find my books at Nuria bookstores.
Nuria bookstores.
There. And also they are online at Specie Books.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are also there. Specie.
SP. To spell it?
SP Peter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specie.
All right. Specie Books.
Yeah, Specie Books.
All right.
Yeah, so find me on my socials at Collins Tebaliah.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tebaliah. Thank you for the conversation and enlightening us, bringing some very very interesting ideas here on Sheversations, because we often just have conversations about women in support of women.
Yeah.
And then you've brought, it's a breath of fresh air to hear a different perspective. So I really, really appreciate you. And you guys, let us know on the socials, Caroline_Murote and at Caroline Murote everywhere. That will be Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And at Power Radio, the hashtag is Sheversations with Caroline Murote, or hashtag Sheversations, also hashtag Power Radio. So kindly interact with us with this conversation, and we're going to get back to you. And Collins is going to be back. He's going to be launching his book, and he's going to come and have another conversation, just about women and all of those things. But for now, for this Friday, I hope you guys have a responsible weekend. Na Sunday, mwende church. Tafadhali, tafadhali. Collins, thank you so much.
Thank you, Caroline.
Yes, and this is it from us here on Sheversations. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Shavuta heri, weka ndo yangu tabasamu jule, siku yetu ya mapenzi, maisha, kuishi na wewe, hadi milele ndio raha kwangu, nimekweka mbele. Kabla kujuana, tulitongozana, ikaingiana, tukashindwa kuachana. Ona leo hii, you're in love with me. Kabla kujuana, tulitongozana, iliingiana, tuliomba sana. Ona leo hii, you're mine to be for the rest of my life, for the rest of my life. I feel so lucky, unami, for the rest of my life, for the rest of my life, for the rest of my life. I feel so happy, unami, for the rest of my life. Now, the newest couple in town. Do see how? And I really broke down when I saw you walk in your wedding gown. Whoa, whoa. Kabla kujuana, tulitongozana, ikaingiana, tukashindwa kuachana. Ona leo hii, hey, you're in love with me. Kabla kujuana, tulitongozana, iliingiana, tuliomba sana. Ona leo hii, hey, we are meant to be for the rest of my life, for the rest of my life. I feel so lucky,
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.